Hey everybody, Vicky in the car. I got Siobhan. Oh
Hello.
my gosh. All right, I got an icebreaker for you. So nuck if you buck or wipe me down.
Wipe me down.
Really?
Yes. When I was in those streets, me
Whoa.
and my friends always went off on Wipe Me Down.
Wow.
Like we even have our own. We made a remake. So yeah, Wipe Me
That's
Down.
funny. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So first question: do you think of marriage as a conditional contract that you can get out of, or is it a lifelong covenant?
Definitely lifelong. I mean, I knew that when I was a young girl. I mean, things didn't work out with my parents, but that was instilled in me. And being married now, I mean, this is it. There's no one else.
No option.
It's
This is not
for
an
life.
option. Right. That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay. So in your marriage, do you put your children before your spouse?
So we have had issues with that because we're a blended family. And so it was challenging at first to make sure I put my husband before my son, because at first I was just like, well, my son's been here forever. He was first, and I don't want to slight him. But then as I got closer to Christ is when I realized, like, I need to follow order. God first, my spouse, then my kids, and then everybody else. That's how it's supposed to be.
Was that a difficult thing to put into place?
It was difficult. I mean, it was difficult because I felt like I was slighting my son, and he felt the same way. And then we ended up, like, it just as time went on, and then just maturing, and for me reading the word a lot and all that, and even being around like-minded couples who were doing things the right way, it just helped us fall in line.
So how do you maintain it all as a wife and a mom while you're doing ministry? A lot of people will look at you and it seems like you have it all together. Like you're somebody that I especially would look up to. So how do you maintain all of that?
I am maintaining it now by not maintaining it before. Just trial and error, and having to put things in prioritizing everything, and staying close to God, and asking questions to different people, like, how do you do this? I don't know what to do. I will say that I had a very bad imbalance of so I had been a stay-at-home mom for a long time, and then I came to work as a volunteer, then got on staff, and I was so excited to be out the house and doing the Lord's work, so much to where I was doing things out of order once again, as far as like putting like church before my family. And I got convicted of it, and now switching things around. And also I had to get convicted of that because it was wrong, and it was wrong because it's like, if I'm putting church before my kids, before my husband, then they're going to start resenting church.
Exactly.
And didn't want that. And so I just had to get it together, but I had to see it. I want to say my home kind of crumbled a little bit in order for me to realize that I needed it to, get myself together, do things the right way. So how am I balancing? From doing it wrong first, and realizing that I need to do it better. And then prioritizing now, and then my husband's deployed too. And then I'm like, how am I doing this? What in the world? Like, he was gone for a year one time. I'm like, if he could do that, I can do anything. He was gone for a year. I just had Joy. I can do anything. And now he's gone, and I'm working. My kids, they have just different needs. I'm like, how am I doing this? It's nothing but getting before God and having time with him. Even if it's just like 10 minutes just talking to him, or just sitting there in his presence. That's what's keeping me balanced, is him.
That's good. Well, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
So what did you learn from your mother about dealing with men when you were growing up?
What did I learn from my mom? So my mom was with my dad for, 17 years they were together, before they divorced. And I want to say what I've learned from it wasn't so much what I learned from her growing up. Like, she always put my dad first. she served him very well. They would get into it and things like that, but I just know that she made sure she served him well. But I learned a lot from my mother with being a wife, I want to say, after my parents' divorce. Like what I should do, what I shouldn't do, who I should have around my husband, not have around, what to say, what not to say. Because even like after my parents' divorce, my mom, she was just going through different things, and so I didn't really, she was broken-hearted, so I didn't really have her around that time to say, this is what you need to do. I kind of figured it out on my own, and my dad was in his world too, so yeah, I didn't really get a whole lot from them in that aspect until they kind of got settled in their new life after they divorced.
Right. So switching gears a little bit, would you be accepting to a baby outside of your marriage?
No, I wouldn't. I couldn't do that. Honestly, I don't think I could. Because with the baby, before the baby came infidelity. So my answer would be no.
So that would be grounds for divorce.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll switch back over to a happy note. So if you could redo one thing from your wedding day, what would it be?
Oh gosh, well, we're having a renewal next year, so I'm excited about that. But it would be, so me and him, we went to a courthouse. I wouldn't have it at a courthouse. I would, because that's where death certificates are signed. That's where people get divorced. That's where criminals are. So even the foundation of that place is just, I don't know, it was just so low, I want to say. So I would definitely have it at a different place. I would make sure we get it in after everything's over with. And I would make sure like everyone that we really want there, we would have there. Because we settled on some things. We weren't mature like we are now. You know, we'll have our do-over next year.
So. Right, yeah. Now, so as a married couple, do you think that it's okay for married couples to mingle with single people? Or should it be just like married couples only? Like, how do you feel about?
So I think that's good, so I have a friend that I've known before I got married, and when I got married, I introduced him to my husband, and they're cool. And like we all hang out together, we're there for different life experiences, and vice versa. Like he would introduce me to some of his female friends, and now we're closer than what they were, you know? So that's that. But like, I wouldn't say me meeting someone on the side and him not knowing that person, and I feel like that's inappropriate. And the same for him too. But if we're like me and him together have a single friend that we want to help like get with someone, or just to include them, because I feel like single folks, they still need community, whether it's from from a couple or a single person. They still need community. And especially if they're wanting to get married, they still need to see what marriage is like, and to surround themselves by what it is that they want to get to anyway. So
that's true. A lot of people will frown upon it, but if you're single, you could look at it and be like, okay, I could take a little bit from this and take a little bit of that. So, okay, that's good. All right, so last question. So would you say like in a marriage, so nowadays, do you think it's still a thing to like make your husband's plate in the home?
Yeah.
In the home. And now what about if you're out at a gathering? Would you still would make his plate?
Yeah, absolutely. Now with my husband, sometimes he'll be like, I'm all right, you know, or y'all go first. In that case, then I'm like, okay, then that's cool.
If he says you go first.
But he gets everything first. He's the head of the household. He's the provider. He's my husband. He comes first, right after God, and then the kids.
Right.
And that's something I had to learn too, because I was just feeding the kids first. But yeah,
So now do you make his plate first and then the kids, or do the kids make their own plate?
It depends on when I'm cooking, because I'll make baked macaroni and cheese and they want to, put their spoon in the middle of the casserole dish. So it depends, what I'm cooking, but normally I like to serve everyone in my family. I like to serve them. Like, it's just a thing that I like to do. It's like I'm serving here at church. I'm serving them, making sure that they're good. I need to go above and beyond for my own family and do that.
Wow.
So it's like, while I still have the chance to do that, because my kids are going to be gone soon, I want to do those things for them.
Right. Now, what about when you were dating? Would you still serve them? Like, maybe if you're not at home, but maybe if you go to like somebody's house or a gathering, cookout or something like that, would you still, if you're dating, serve?
I think,
make their plate?
Yeah. Because, like I said, that is one thing my mother did when I was younger with my dad. And so that's how I knew to do that, to make sure you serve your husband's plate, all that. And I will say, like, dating, I would definitely do it, because I want you to see, like, if the goal is to get married, then I want you to see that this is in my heart. This is who I am. This is what you'll be expecting.
Right, what you'll get.
Yeah.
Now, do you find it weird, like, that first time, especially, like, if you're newly dating and, like, you go to Thanksgiving dinner or something, and, like, your family see you just, like, up and making this man's plate, like...
Oh, man. I never experienced that, but I don't even think that my family would look a ways, because I'm trying to think. My sister... No, we wouldn't even look. We would expect that from each other.
Wow. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess ladies,
what do you think about you?
I don't know. I think that's kind of like old school. I'm thinking, but especially dating, I don't know. Like, if you're dating, I'm just like.
Now, when I'm saying dating, I'm not saying like off the break. I'm saying, like, if you've already established it's the person that you've been with for a while, it's going somewhere, then yeah. And then me, I just have a heart to serve anyway.
Right,
like,
yeah.
If you invite me, I want to serve you your plate. So.
Right, yeah, I know that. But yeah, I think dating, but like you said, if you know you want to be with this person and you want to show them that this is what you will get from being married to me, then yes. But it might be a little awkward the first time, especially if you're around family. It's gonna be like, where is this girl going? But especially, yes, if that's your husband, then yeah, I think so. But the dating part was a little funny, because some people might look at it as being old school. Like, did we outgrow that, or is that still a thing?
I think it's just, I don't think manners and serving is it's timeless, and that's what I think that is. I don't think it has to do with it being old school, or you're just serving. Yeah, honoring.
Yeah, honoring that man. All right, ladies. That's good. Well, yeah. Do you have anything going on that you want to tell people?
I want to piggyback off something really quick. The question you asked me about if they had, if my spouse had a child out of wedlock. Now, of course, I would have to forgive, right? And do everything that way that God tells us to do, forgive, and all that. But no,
you couldn't be with us.
So I want to make it clear that I would have to forgive and move on and all that kind of stuff, but no.
It's not something
and biblically, that's okay. It's okay.
Right? Yeah, because adultery that is grounds for divorce. So you have every right to do that.
Yes.
Yeah, because some people can, I guess, forgive and forget and move on, but that would be something that, because it's a constant reminder.
Yeah. I wouldn't. But what do I have going on?
Yeah, what do you have going on? Where can people find you?
Siobhan.crystal on Instagram, and Crystal Compliments. I make cakes and diaper cakes, and I crochet and stuff like that. My hunger and thirst for Christ has skyrocketed after the women's conference. And I went to a conference before then, and it's just like, Lord, I just want you. If you're not in it, I don't want it. I want to be in the center of your will, and I want everyone around me to experience that too. So
that's good. Yay! Well, thank you for coming in the car finally with me.
I was nervous, girl. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and stay tuned for the next one.
Bye.